In the span of 3 weeks, I was able to scale my Shopify dropshipping store from zero to over $200,000 in sales. We had certain days where we were doing $15,000 to $18,000 in sales. In this video, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be breaking down all the numbers to you guys, and we're also going to be taking a deeper dive into my Facebook ads account so you guys can get some insight how I structured my campaigns and how everything was running successfully at scale. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Yash. Welcome back to the channel. I really wanted to make this video so you guys can see and understand what goes into a brand new Shopify dropshipping store that was able to scale from zero to over $200,000 in sales like you guys saw before in just 3 weeks. You'll be able to see what components went into the front end side of things, and especially more importantly, the back end side of things when it came to the advertising, for example. Yes, I did use Facebook ads entirely to launch and scale the store. Therefore, I do recommend for you guys to stick through the entire video because we'll be covering a lot of topics, strategies, and tactics that you guys can actually apply to your own Shopify dropshipping store and see results like this. Last but not least, you guys know the drill. If you do want to get your good deed of the day out and done with, make sure you guys drop a huge like on this video, and while you're at it, make sure you guys are subscribed with that post notification bell turned on so you guys are updated with all recent videos. Without any further ado, let's hop behind the screen. So to get straight into the numbers, if we look at the Shopify dashboard in front of us from December 15, 2020 to January 4th, 2021, which is 3 weeks or 21 days, we were able to generate $204,248.12 with a total of 152,833 online store sessions. You can also see we had an amazing store conversion rate of 4.65%, which is definitely over the industry standard typically, which is over 2 or 3%. Our AOV or average order value was $28.56 for the span of 3 weeks, which is absolutely amazing. I will go ahead and break that down in just a little bit, but just to note, that is almost double what I was selling the product at. And as you can see, we did a little over 7,000 orders in the span of 3 weeks. Some of our best days, we were generating anywhere between 600 to 700 orders. So let's actually go ahead and break this graph down a little bit further. As you can see, we launched the product on December 15th. That day itself, we did $299 in sales. The day after, we did $383. The day after that, we did $395. On the 18th, which is also the 4th day, we did $967, so almost 3 times the amount of sales than before. 1,082, 2,334, 3,526. And then you can see right here, we really started to scale aggressively by the 22nd, 8,815, 14,273, 13,639, 14,438. On this day, the 26th, we did do our highest in terms of sales at 18,575, 17,625, 15,258. On the 29th, we did 15,183, 14,647 the day after. And then you can see after the 30th into the new year almost, we start to have a little bit of a drop in orders. And that is because my supplier actually started to run out of inventory, and a lot of suppliers that I was approaching, their cost price was so high that it just wouldn't really make sense for me to continue running this product. Nonetheless, afterwards, we were still doing $12,000, $13,000, $14,000 in revenue. I did shut the product off after January 4th. After that, we were probably doing $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 in sales organically through emails and also through SMS. Simultaneously, what also happened is my ad account reached its daily spending threshold of $5,000 USD. If you already did not know, by default, any Facebook ad account cannot spend over $5,000 unless you do request a lift on that. So I do remember right before we ran into the supplier issues before the 30th, I'd already put in a request through my Facebook lead marketing expert to increase that limit to 10 or even $15,000, I think it was. But simultaneously, we ran into those issues, so it wouldn't really have made a difference to continue scaling. What I was going to do, worst comes to worst, if I couldn't get that limit over 5,000, is I would have shared this ad account's pixel, which we'll be diving into in just a little bit, to another ad account and then start importing a lot of the campaigns and ad sets from this ad account into that one and start running some numbers up again. So I kind of got hit with a double whammy here. Not only did I run into supplier issues in terms of the pricing of the product going up, which like I mentioned, wouldn't really make sense for me to continue scaling this product because my margins would be very, very, very slim. But at the same time, we were kind of hindered by the ad account spending limit of $5,000 a day. In a way, yes, I could have tackled the entire spending issue like I mentioned by going to another ad account and start spending on that, by sharing the pixel, connecting the Facebook page, the Instagram page, so on and so forth. But it quite frankly wouldn't have really made sense because the price of this product really started to go up. With that actually done, said, and out the way, let's actually dive a little bit deeper into this product so you guys can see what actually went into it and how I structured it overall. So this product, ladies and gents, was fairly a lower ticket item, and I'll be honest, that's kind of my sweet spot when it comes to Shopify dropshipping. But the price in terms of product cost and shipping to the United States, which by the way, where 80% of my customers was $5, and then worldwide it was $5.50. Luckily, the private agent I was using actually hooked me up with some really great prices if people ordered more than one unit, which was a very common thing, as you saw from the AOV being about $28 to $29. So if someone ordered 2 per order, it was $8. If someone ordered 3, it was $12 in total. And if someone ordered 4, it was $17 in total, which was definitely saving me a few bucks per unit. I was actually selling the product at 40% off. That was the sale price. I genuinely like pricing my products 30 or 40% off the original price just to have some sort of incentive and to push people to buy. Therefore, I was selling this product at $14.95, which is a 3x markup, just what we're looking for when it comes to dropshipping products. And just to know, I always like ending my products off in terms of the selling price at 95 or 97. That 5 or 7 usually, at least for me, converts better than titling it or pricing at 99. The original price of the product was listed at $29.99 on the website, hence being 40% off. My Facebook break-even point ROAS was about 1.40, give or take, which is really good. That means the break-even ROAS, return on ad spend, that we need is 140, meaning we need a ROAS of at least 140 to be breaking even on a specific ad set, ad sets, campaign, or campaigns. If we're over a 140 ROAS, we are definitely profitable. If we're just at 140, we're breaking even. That means nor are we gaining money or nor are we losing money. And if we're below that 140 break-even point ROAS, then yes, we are losing money. So let's get into some of the pros of this product and why it worked so well in the first place. Well, first and foremost, this was in the car and vehicle niche, which made it an evergreen product, which means regardless of the type of season or the month that we're in throughout the year, people can definitely buy a product like this. On top of that, the vehicle and the car niche is a space or an industry where people are constantly spending money in, which made it, again, another great point as to why this product works so well. Moving on to my second point, this kind of also made this product very mass targetable and very mass approachable, which means it had an unlimited market, and that is why we were able to scale so quickly and so aggressively. In other words, regardless of where someone lived, their gender, their belief, their interest, their religion, whatever it really may be, this product had no limitations or biases towards a potential customer or individual looking to buy this product. And that's what I look for in all my dropshipping products that I'm looking to test. products that have no limitations, no biases, that are widely approachable in fact, so the scalability is there and is not limited. And last but not least, this specific product did have a great impulsive factor attached to it, a great wow factor attached to it as well. It was more of an entertaining and fun product, more so on the passion side. It didn't really have a specific problem or task or situation that it solved or made easier, believe it or not. And just because I think it was a lower ticket item, that justified it not being a problem solving or conveniency product and solely a product that had to do with entertainment and fun. Well, the juicy part, how I actually found this product. Let's get a little bit into product research and validation. So first and foremost, I use this tool called Sell the Trend, and I saw it did have an upwards trend, and I saw a few different stores selling it. So that was a great benchmark and gauge that this product was indeed performing pretty well and had a lot of room in the market to go ahead and scale, at least for me. Now, I'm not a huge fan of product research tools and softwares. However, I've been using Sell the Trend for the past 9 to 10 months, and I can definitely say it has a large competitive edge over a lot of other tools and softwares out there when it comes to product research and validation. For one, it has this really cool section called the Nexus, where you can filter products by hot products, trending products, on the rise products, which is actually the section I am on right now. And it's also the section where I found the current winning product I'm discussing in this video, in this case study, and also new products. You can filter by categories, you can filter by different niches, and you can also filter products by price over, price under, different orders, found date, so on and so forth. Not to mention, it has some great inbuilt tools where you can actually spy on stores where it says store intelligence. It also has audience builders which help you find profitable Facebook interests, video creators, engagement calculators, so on and so forth. It's really composed with an arsenal of different tools and resources that can definitely help you in finding that winning, sustainable product. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I do urge you to check out Sell the Trend. I'll be leaving a link in the description down below where you can actually get a free trial, so there's absolutely nothing to lose, and also 10% off if you do decide to keep your monthly plan. Definitely check it out. Cool. So next, what I did to further validate this product and look into it is that I went to Facebook and I started to type in different keywords and phrases of the product title. And after searching for a little bit, I saw there were only 2 sellers selling this product. One seller was just starting to test it about 1 or 2 weeks ago, and there was this one seller that was selling it for about 1.5 or 2 months, I would say. I usually always like to look for sellers that are selling products in the last 90 days or 3 months, because I feel like those products have the most room to actually grow and scale from a dropshipping standpoint. And that one seller or one page that was selling and in fact scaling this product, like I mentioned, had really good engagement under the specific ad I saw. It had a lot of likes, it had thousands and thousands of positive comments, people saying good things about the product as well, which is really what you want to look for, how people are reacting to that specific ad, because that will give you a really good benchmark in terms of how a specific product works, or just how people are reacting to it in general. Are people buying, not buying, so on and so forth. And last but not least, it also had a ton of shares, meaning people will genuinely interested into this product. Continuing our validation process, I then went into AliExpress, typed in the keyword in the search bar for this product, and afterwards I filtered by orders. Ladies and gents, you always want to filter by orders so you can see the topmost supplier with the most number of orders for a specific product. I then saw that the highest order count for a supplier was 1,875 at the time, and I saw also a lot of other suppliers gaining traction that had 900 orders, 800 orders, 400 orders, 300 orders, so on and so forth. So it was definitely a good upwards trend. Another thing I like to do after looking at all of these different suppliers and how many orders they've got in total is I like to utilize the AliExpress Dropshipping Center, which by the way is a free tool provided by AliExpress. I typed in the name of the product and looked at the top 3 suppliers. Now, something cool you can do is you can see how many volume of orders the supplier is getting every single day. For all the top 3 suppliers, this was going in an upwards trend. I typically like to look for an average of 30 to 80 orders per day for a specific supplier. And for all 3 of these, like I mentioned, it was going on an upwards trend. So more and more merchants were placing orders of this specific item from all 3 of these top suppliers on the dropshipping center. The last action step I implemented in validating this product was I went to Google and started typing in different keywords and phrases that related to this product. And I want to really do that so I can see what stores are attempting to sell the product, what stores are already scaling the product, at least have somewhat of a good gauge. And the main reason by typing in different keywords and phrases is because if you really think about it logically, all across the board, people aren't going to title the product the exact same name. It's going to be maybe different by 1 or 2 letters or 1 or 2 words. On the first page, I saw a few stores with this product listing, but I knew they were the least of my worries because their product pages, guys, look pretty shitty. They look pretty spammy. Usually you can tell a specific store is not going to be your competitor or the least of your worries just how by a product page looks. If it looks spammy and not professional and branded, guess what? They probably tried to sell that product, but you can see that they really don't know what they're doing. However, I did see about 2 or 3 stores that were somewhat decent in terms of the product pages, and I knew it was probably working for them. I also didn't see pages and pages and pages of merchants attempting to sell this product or currently selling this product, which was also a good thing because if you see pages and pages and pages, I'm talking about the little number icon that you see on the bottom of your Google search page. And if you go to like page 5 or page 6 and you still see like tons and tons and tons of listings, that means this product does probably have a lot of market reach and a lot of market awareness out there. So far, we knew that people knew about this product. A few people were attempting to sell this product. Maybe a few people were also scaling it. We can probably be safe and say about 2 or 3 people were scaling this product or were in the progress of doing so. And there was definitely a lot of room for us to go in and, have a different or better marketing angle or better pricing, better product page, better ad copy, better creative, so on and so forth. In conclusion, like said, this product did meet my product criteria. It was untapped, and we also knew that it didn't have a lot of market awareness and reach already out there. We want to really avoid such products because then the scalability would in fact be very, very limited. We don't want to go ahead and reinvent the wheel. We want to see that it's working for a few people or for some people, and then go ahead and make several components of what's working for them even better. After I was firm and decided I wanted to go ahead and test this product through Facebook ads, I quickly set up the product page, the description, so on and so forth. And the main thing I wanted to focus on is my offer. Ladies and gents, I cannot stress this enough, but your offer is so important. What is that main incentivizing factor that will urge and push people to buy? There were 2 things I concluded right off the bat. First, because this was a lower ticket item, I knew people would heavily consider buying more than 1 unit per order that they were placing. And second, because of the nature of the product, how it can be used in terms of situation and environment, people would in fact benefit by buying multiple units per order. Therefore, I knew my offer had to entail customers saving money, getting discounts when they were buying more than 1 unit per order. Therefore, I use an app called Volume and Discounted Pricing where I could actually set up quantity breakers where if people bought 2, they would get 10% off of each unit. And if someone bought 3 or more, then in that case, they would get 15% off of each unit. So it was a win-win situation because my AOV was increasing. Like you can see, it was $28.56, almost double of what I was selling 1 unit at, which was $14.95. As you can see, this app ended up generating me $109,296.54 of the total sales at $204,240.12. almost 50 to 55% of customers, ladies and gents, were opting in for this offer. You can also see I customized the top of the table where it says buy more, save more. 90% buy more than one. People usually like to fit in of the norm. People like to do what most people are doing, especially when it comes on the internet or online shopping more specifically. So just me writing buy more, save more, 90% buy more than one. A lot of people were also like, why not buy more than one and get actually a discount for that? Why not save money behind that? Very quickly, I also want to go over some of the vital apps I have on my Shopify store. As you can see, I'm not a fan of having dozens and dozens of apps on my store. I only have apps that contribute to some sort of ROI or return of investment for my Shopify store. And adding on, honestly, the more apps you have, the slower your Shopify store gets, and not to mention, there's a lot to manage as well on the back end. Therefore, I like to keep it clean, simple, and only have the apps that are useful long term. The first important app I had downloaded on the Shopify store is Abandonment Protector, and that is for sending out abandonment cart email sequences. Not only is your front end revenue important through paid advertising platforms such as Facebook, or at least in this case, but your back end revenue is also important. You want to try and reel those customers that didn't purchase back into your store and actually convert. Second, we have the best currency converter. I was using the paid plan for this specific app, and that basically allowed the currency to auto convert based on IP address and location. Like I mentioned in the beginning, I did have some customers from Europe and from other top tier countries as well. Next, we have Candy Rack, which is great for one-click cross sells or upsells. I did have this enabled for the first few days, but because the offer I had through volume and discounted pricing was working so incredibly well, I just disabled this because quite frankly, I didn't want it to serve as a distraction to potential customers. This app right here is for my private agent. This is for the Facebook Pixel to have it integrated and set up. Loox is what I use for reviews on my product pages and my homepage if needed. Parcel Panel was what I was using for customers to actually track their orders or their parcels. Moving on, SMS Bump Marketing and Automation was an app that allowed me to send text message flows. Not only was I maximizing that backend revenue through emails, through this app, Abandonment Protector, like I had mentioned, but also through SMS Bump, because at this point when I was scaling, I had thousands and thousands of customer phone numbers to actually utilize. So I was sending out a few flows per week to reel people back in with new offers. The last and most important app from the list is Volume in Discounted Pricing, which is the app that allowed me to set this entire thing up, create a banging offer, and quite frankly, bring in a shit ton of extra revenue. Before we do dive into my Facebook Ads Manager, I do want to quickly run by y'all how I structured and set everything up through Facebook at the beginning. Therefore, you can actually go ahead and mimic and replicate this when launching and testing any product through Facebook ads. First and foremost, I always like to run conversion campaigns. That is the objective you want to choose. Forget about traffic and engagement campaigns. That stuff simply does not work. Now, I also want to make sure that my campaign is optimized for purchase at the pixel level, and that is because purchase is the end result we want people to follow through with. Essentially, I had $100 CBO campaign. I usually always like to test with CBO. I know a lot of people do ABO nowadays, but with Facebook's algorithm, machine learning, and AI getting smarter day by day, I perhaps like giving that control to Facebook and having it decide how much money to spend towards each ad set. That is really what CBO is. It stands for Campaign Budget Optimization. The optimization happens not at the ad set or ad sets level, but at the campaign level instead. Within that $100 CBO campaign, I had 7 ad sets with different interests, and I had 14 total ads. That means for each ad set, I had 2 ads or 2 creatives I was split testing. You always want to make sure you're testing at least 2 creatives creatives or 2 ads per ad set, so you're not putting all of your money into one creative. And to further break that down, even when I say each ad set had 2 creatives or 2 ads, I'll basically have something like video 1, thumbnail 1, video 2, thumbnail 1. So basically, I was changing up one variant when I was split testing, which is the video in this case. For countries, I was targeting the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, which are also known as the Big 5 countries, because that is the 5 countries in the world with the most active online buyers or spenders, and the top 5 countries that have the most credit card users, in fact. On top of that, I was also doing 3 top tier European countries, which included France, Belgium, and Ireland. Alongside with the $100 CBO campaign, on day 1, I also launched an ABO campaign, which stands for Ad Set Budget Optimization. I basically had 3 $10 ad sets with all open, no targeting, which means I had no interest in each of these 3 ad sets. That's why it is called the broad or open, no targeting launch strategy. In fact, if you want to see an entire video of the structure and how I set things up of this broad, open, no targeting ABO campaign, click on that video right there and it should take you to it. Again, within this, I had 6 ads or 2 creatives or 2 ads per ad set, which means 3 ad sets and 6 ads, 2 videos and 1 thumbnail. Same way it was broken down: video 1, thumbnail 1, and video 2, thumbnail 1. The only difference in terms of countries for this specific strategy is that I was only targeting the US or the United States and not the other 7 countries. When it comes to both campaigns, I was also targeting both male and female. This specific product did not have any gender limitations or biases attached to it. When it comes to age, I was doing 25 to 65 plus. I usually leave a default at 18 to 65 plus, but quite in fact, this was a product that a more defined or mature age would really benefit and use, I would say. For language, I always like to do English all, which means you only want to target English speaking users, because your ad and your Shopify store is in English. You of course only want to target English speaking users and not users that have their Facebook language in any other language. For devices, I had both mobile and desktop enabled. Yes, usually about 70 to 80% of your overall traffic, let alone conversions, come from mobile users. You never want to assume from the beginning. You always want to let the data do the talking. Sometimes an older demographic or an older age will in fact be using desktop instead of mobile, iPad, or any other tablet device. For placements, I did do automatic because I want to give Facebook the most control. Like I said before, the one main reason I like doing CBO when launching and testing most products is because Facebook is very, very, very smart, right? So you want to really let Facebook decide which placements are going to work best and where to actually show your ad and your product. For the $100 CBO campaign, like I said, I did have 7 ad sets, and each of these 7 ad sets did have interest in each one of them. So my target audience size for them was between 3 to 100 million when it came to audience reach. That's usually kind of the sweet spot I like to aim for when it comes to interest. 3 to 100 million. If it's a little bit lower or a little bit higher, no big deal, but try to have your audience size or your potential reach to be between 3 to 100 million. With that out the way and done with, let's actually dive a little bit deeper into my Facebook Ads Manager so I can break down some of the KPIs, metrics, and numbers, and then we will end it out by actually seeing how much I profited. We'll actually break down the numbers even further behind the sales on the Shopify dashboard that you guys saw before. We are now into the Facebook Ads Manager, and I do have December 15th to January 4th tick marked right here. For all my skeptics, just real quick, let me go ahead and refresh this screen so you guys can see there's absolutely nothing sketchy going on. I'm all about transparency, clarity, and bringing stuff to the table up front. In the 3-week time frame, our total ad spend came out to be $63,775.09. Make sure if you're spending this much, you are utilizing your credit cards. The reason is you want to accumulate all of those points, ladies and gentlemen. Anywho, we had a conversion value of $196,847.54. Now, Facebook naturally misses conversions all the the time, especially when it's running at this scale. So I would say it easily missed about $4,000 to $5,000 in sales. You can see it probably missed a total of $8,000. The other $2,000 or $3,000 I would say definitely came from email marketing and from SMS marketing. Now, out of the 6 campaigns I do have selected right here, our ROAS was the following: 351, 306, 258, 366, 268, and 304, with an average ROAS of 3.09. Now, if you remember, our break-even point ROAS we needed to at least break even or be somewhat profitable was a 1.40. This is more than double, which is absolutely insane. Winning products, guys, are very obvious and they have great metrics throughout. You can see we had an average cost per click of 13 cents, 21 cents, 20 cents. Again, this is obviously per campaign. 14 cents, 24 cents, 17 cents. Overall, about a 20-cent cost per click. Our click-through rate was phenomenal. It was almost 9% on average. Each campaign was at least averaging 8 to 9%. Even over 9% right here when it came to click-through rate. CPMs were also about, between $15 to $21, $22, averaging about $17.36, which is beautiful. Now, because towards the end I had to start scaling down due to unfortunate reasons, I also had to obviously start scaling down a lot of these CBO budgets of these campaigns. I remember this one was probably about at $1,500 per day, $1,000 a day, $800 a day, $750 a day. A lot of these ad set budgets were also probably between $200 to $750 a day as well. One more thing, you can also see the cost per result or cost per purchase or cost per acquisition was about at a $9.22 cost per purchase. I remember my main goal was anywhere between $8 to $11, which means I had to overall spend $9.22 to attain a single customer or a single conversion. The other funny thing, ladies and gents, out of these 6 campaigns, 5 of them were all cold audiences. I had barely gotten into or touched upon retargeting and lookalikes. Only one campaign right here was a lookalike campaign. This was a 75% video view lookalike campaign. I had not even gotten to 95% video views, 10-second video views, page views, view content, add to carts, initiate checkout, add payment info, purchase. These are all solidified hot audiences that usually perform extremely well. So, if my supplier did not increase the prices and, if I had actually the ad account spending limit go up, or if I was able to, spend on another ad account, guys, this would easily probably have scaled to $30,000 or $40,000 in revenue as per my guessing. So that just goes to show, if you set up things the right way, just with interest alone or just with cold audiences alone, guys, you can very much scale past $10,000 a day. I was so excited to continue scaling on this product, go into different retargeting audiences, lookalike audiences, all these other warmer and hotter audiences, but stuff happens. Let's finally talk numbers, ladies and gents. So I was running the store from December 15th to January 4th for about 3 weeks. Had I had not came across some of these issues that I did mention in the beginning, maybe I still could have been running this store at scale or even at more scale, but it is what it is. Maybe I will go ahead and revive this product in the coming few weeks and coming few months. Simply the reason why I decided not to showcase this product, especially in this video. To give some more insight about the structure of the store, this was a micro branded one product store. I personally am comfortable and prefer micro branded one product stores because it really allows you to hone down to that one individual product, especially when you do find that winning product, such as in this case. You can really showcase more authority and have your store look and feel more branded and more professional. That's why I typically stay away from general niche, and niche stores. One product stores is my absolute forte. I will not lie about that. The theme I was utilizing is the booster theme. Now, the booster theme is one of my favorite themes. It works great for one product stores and also for multi-product or niche stores. I personally like using paid themes because they have more to offer. They look more customizable, more branded in general. You know, they don't look like your typical generic Shopify store. You know, they also come preloaded with a lot of apps, add-ons, and widgets that quite frankly save you a lot of time and money in the short run and the long run. And not to mention, you know, paid themes do have faster loading page times as well. Therefore, I decided to specifically use the booster theme. The numbers, what you guys are probably all curious about, why you probably clicked on this video because of what you saw on the thumbnail. So the total revenue / sales for the 3-week time frame was $204,248.12, as you very much saw on the Shopify dashboard before. Total advertising cost through Facebook ads, as you also saw, came out to be $63,775.09. The total transaction fees through Stripe and PayPal, which I believe for both are 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction, came out to be $6,964.21. And for product costs, or for COGS, cost of goods sold, that total came out to be $63,800.45. Shout out to my private agent for absolutely hooking it up with this. The total profit came out to be, drumroll, $69,708.37, which gave us profit margins of 34%. Now, typically traditional dropshipping margins are anywhere between 15 to 20 or 25%, but I was able to scale this very quickly right from day one, as y'all saw before. So 34% profit margins, about 70 grand in 21 days. Not too shabby. What do you think? So just to be clear, this number, $69,708.37, is actually what went into my pocket. That is actually what I netted after all the expenses I have listed above. And there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed that case study and saw how I was able to take a brand new Shopify dropshipping store from zero to over $200,000 in sales in just 21 days. If you do enjoy these kinds of videos and do want more case study videos in the future, definitely let me know in the comments down below. Speaking of comments, if you do have any questions, thoughts, or concerns, comment down below because I do reply to each and every single one of them. With that being said, continue working hard and more importantly, keep being awesome. Until the next one, your boy's out. Peace.